started off observing. She kept to herself her wording. She saw the need for a friend indeed to all those deserving. She travels the world through your eyes. She listens and sometimes cries. She wants to know what makes you whole and cares without disguise. According to Leanie, she welcomes you here. A laugh, a song, sometimes a tear, a friend, a foe, a stranger. Your life story, your moments of glory. You're sad, you're happy, your dreams and your worries. She wants to know the ins and outs of all of you here. According to Leanie, according to Leanie, she welcomes you here. A laugh, a song, sometimes a tear, a friend, a foe, a stranger. Your life story, your moments of glory. You're sad, you're happy, your dreams and your worry. She wants to know the ins and outs of all of you here. According to Leanie, she wants to know what it is all about. According to Leanie, you're welcome here while we all just figure life out. So sit back and yak, smile and laugh, have a couple or two. Leanie is coming on right now and she welcomes you. Let's hear life according to Leanie. It started with a chat, just a few of us there, talking about life and the stuff we all share. From kids to chaos and the mess we make, we bonded over laughs and every mistake. From bad hair days to a joke or two, no topic was off limits, nothing taboo. We laughed till we cried, had each other's backs. A sisterhood formed in the middle of tracks. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From late night texts to early morning calls, we've been through it all, big and small. From talking fashion to the crazy stuff, we've got each other's backs when life gets tough. We send memes and pics of the day gone wrong and the occasional "can you believe this song?" We share everything, no secrets to keep, like a wild dream that we never want to sleep. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. From Tennessee, where the music plays, to sweet tea nights and lazy days. From England's hills to the country roads, our sisterhood's a bond that forever grows. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. Through the highs and the lows, we've been there. When the world feels heavy, we just don't care. We're loud, we're bold, we're a little bit wild, but always there for each other, with hearts so mild. Sisterhood of the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame, but truly the Lord brought us together and we'll never be the same. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Leanie, the eclipse is to blame. But truly the Lord brought us together, and we'll never be the same. From the highs and the lows, we've been there. When the world feels heavy, we just don't care. We're loud, we're bold, we're a little bit wild, but we're always there for each other with hearts so mild. Sisterhood at the chat, we're strong and we're loud. From West Virginia, Liverpool, we're proud. From Texas to Australia, we've got the best. Lifting each other up, we pass every test. From the East Coast to the West, we cheer. From Indiana to New York, we're always here. So here's to the sisters who make life so sweet. We've got each other, no defeat. From the chat to the heart, it's all the same. We're a sisterhood forever in the friendship game. According to Lainey, the eclipse is to blame. But truly the Lord brought us together, and never be the same. It started with a chat, just a few of us there, talking about life in the...
Do you know what? I'm sure that's repeating itself. I didn't make it, honestly. I was waiting for it to finish to click it off. But then it started again, didn't it? It definitely started again. Anyway, thanks for coming in, MJD and Barbara and Wild Angel and Made Up. And I'm so sorry I can't type fast at all, especially on here when I'm doing emojis. I've got to press all kinds. It's easier on your phone. But anyway, I don't know if anyone has actually listened to anything about these kids today. There's 16 kids that were left in appalling conditions. I watched a couple of things, and there were some things mentioned in there and said that I didn't know about. Oh God, my mic's 4 weeks away. Did you hear me? Tell me if you heard me, or if I got to repeat myself. Please. Thank you. Let me take this off. Hold on. From the East Coast to the West. Don't even know where to put that now. Oh God, how do I get it off? There we go. That's it. Now you can see. I think it's better with that other one. What did you say? I take it you never heard me then. Okay. I said, I don't know whether you have watched anything today to do with this, these kids, the 16 kids that were rescued from the house with like house of squalor. Do you know what I mean? If you've watched, because I come across a couple of things today. So I thought, oh, well, come on and let you hear it, because there was a few things mentioned in it that I hadn't heard before. So that's what I'm going to show you in a bit. Now, well, I was just listening, and there's just a couple of things mentioned, and I thought, oh, like we've got all the ages and stuff like that, and just mentioned about the mother, that the attorney's been in to speak to her. So he comes on and he talks as well, and it's the first responder. It is full interview, so we're going to listen to him as well. So who's in here? MJD and Barbara. What you say about the weather? Perfect weather, 81 for you, isn't it? What's that here then? Tavern Smith, hello dear. Jesus died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days, saving us from hell. But only if we repent from our sins and believe he died, and God rose him from the dead, and turn to him and accept him as our Lord Saviour. Thanks, Tavern. Thanks for coming in. So, we're going to go up, up, up again in the heat from Wednesday. Oh, I'm dreading it. We can't get any. All the air conditioning units have sold out here, the portable ones. We can't get hold of them. So we're going to be going up in temperature as well. It's going to be awful. Hiya, Kenneth. Hiya, Jennifer. Welcome in from Michigan. I'm Maggie. I'm from England, Liverpool, England, I should have said. Welcome into the chat. I'm the co-host of the channel. Lainey is the host. She's not here at the minute. I don't know whether she is coming in tonight. I haven't spoken to her. But there's a chance that she can drop in at any time. So yeah, Kenneth, thanks for coming in. And you, Jennifer. Please hit the like. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And I'll be very happy. I'll be made up. Thank you. Happy Sunday to you too. So, Kenneth and Jennifer, I'm not sure whether you've heard about the case that I'm going to talk about tonight. We have discussed it already about the 16 children that were rescued from the house in Hampden in Ohio. So, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So, I'm going to start off now. I'm going to start playing some of this. So, just pin your ears back, and you've been listening to it, haven't you, MJD? And you have as well, Bob. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it, Kenneth? It's absolutely awful. I don't know who I'm speaking to. Am I speaking to you, Kenneth, or am I speaking to Jennifer? Good morning, Toshi. Well, it's evening for me, but good morning to you, girl. Are you all right? Thanks for coming in. I don't know whether you've heard any more on, or you've heard at all, about the 16 kids that were rescued from a house in Hampden in Ohio. Don't know whether you've seen anything about it, Tosh. That's what I'm going to be covering tonight, because we did it the other night, and it's just a little couple of things that I've heard that I didn't know. So I'm just going to play it. So if you just bear with me while I share the screen. Get ready to adjust your own sound. And I can't see the chat. So just to let you know, I'm not ignoring anyone.
That'll be coming up, but we do want to get into the latest that we're learning out of this really horrific child abuse case out of Vinton County. So this is a story that the layers of the onion just keep unraveling. This all happened in Hampden, which is just south of MacArthur, there in Vinton County. 4 people have been arrested. It's the parents and the grandparents, as we're told by the AG's office, the Attorney General's office. So all who have been arrested and now charged with 16 counts of child endangerment are Gary Jr., Gary Sr., along with Christina and Elizabeth Siders. So these are the 4 people. We believe, at least according right now to the information that we've been given by the Vinton County Sheriff's Office, the Vinton County Prosecutor, and AG Wilson, that Elizabeth and Gary Jr. are the parents, and then Christina and Gary Sr. are the grandparents of all of these children. We know that it didn't happen that law enforcement we now know that the law enforcement didn't get there due to anything dealing with these children.
No, they said there was a parallel investigation going on that led them to this house.
Right.
And then when they went into the house to execute the search warrant, that's when they found the 16 kids in a literal 12 by 12 room, and they believe they had been in there for 4 years.
Right.
There's feces on the ground, other bacteria. A lot of these kids, they don't even know how to speak. The 18-year-old, we've been told, is going, can't even write their name. Just horrible living conditions that the sheriff there said basically livestock animals have been treated
because we
better.
don't know how many, if any of them, ever went to school. We know the younger ones did not, but we don't know about the older ones.
Yeah. And from what investigators said yesterday, they moved around quite a bit to kind of avoid, to keep hiding their kids, actually.
And we, digging into kind of some of their background and looking into some of the things that we've been told by people, we know this family for a long time lived around Gallipolis down in Gallia County, right there across from West Virginia. Carla Rogner spent some time yesterday really digging into this family's history and where they've moved around to. We're going to go ahead and take a listen to what Carla kind of found out about the Siderses.
Vinton County prosecutor referred to Gary Sr. and Christina as the grandparents and said Elizabeth and Gary Jr. were parents, but would not say if Elizabeth was the mother of all 16 children. We learned through a marriage record from West Virginia that Gary Siders Jr. wed Elizabeth in 2008 when she was just 15 years old. That's the same year the first child was born. We looked through the family's criminal records. Aside from a few traffic issues, a DUI for Gary Sr. in 1998 was the most serious offense we could find. Authorities say the family bounced around southeastern Ohio, even Wisconsin, before landing in the Vinton County home where authorities uncovered this house of horrors.
Just almost.
So I don't know whether you noticed then, those kids' ages. It's like, how the hell did that girl do it? I mean, she looks so pale and her eyes are red, and apparently she was sobbing, asking about her kids. So I just don't know what the hell has gone on. Apparently, you'll hear what the attorney said on the next one. And I heard, and I don't know whether anybody else has, that the grandmother has got dementia. But they were all given the charges and they all pled not guilty. So I'm thinking if she did have dementia, that wouldn't come into it, would it? If she's not sound of mind, what would happen then? Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not sure on the law or anything. I haven't got a clue. Hiya, Rosie. Thanks for coming in, hon. Hiya, Dito. Good to see you. The grandfather looks crazy. I know, Bob. I just can't fathom out how this has worked out. I just can't. Okay, I think we've got someone. I think it might be Rapper. I don't know. What do you think, MJD? Let's have a look. Let's see. So I'll put user in timeout. And it just said timeout. I don't know how long for. I haven't got a clue. Oh, so true crime was banned. And their comments were removed. I never done that. I timed that Jeffrey House. Who's banned? Ozzy? Has anyone banned Ozzy by mistake? I don't even know how to do that. Undo it or anything. Oh, you're still there? It says you were banned. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, I'll carry on, guys. So yeah, what was I going to say? So I don't know how that'd come into it if she did have dementia. I haven't got a clue. Hi, Hebe. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like. Yeah, MJD, she's just said she's still there. Thanks for that, Oz. I don't know why it said that. Further up. Aussie True Crime was banned and their comments were removed. So, I've no clue. So let's get on with this anyway.
Beyond comprehension that this stuff can happen in our country, and that it can happen in a house at the hands of people who are in charge of taking care of kids.
So I dug into the West Virginia records for Carla because we knew that these two had some connections to West Virginia. Digging in, I found that these two got married in Mason County, West Virginia, which is right across the river from Gallia County there. And these two were married March 31st, 2008. We know that Elizabeth was 15, like just newly 15. And the reason they did this, I mean, I don't know the entire reason behind this, but at the time, both Ohio and Kentucky, as they do today, require people to be at least 17 to marry. In 2008, West Virginia's minimum requirement for marriage was 14.
Wow.
That has since been changed as of 2023 to
now, guys, look at this on the screen. The ages of the kids. 2 of them were age 1. 2 of them were age 2. So 3 sets of twins. 2 of them age 4, 5, 6. We just haven't got a 7, or have we? 8, and we haven't got a 9. 10, 11, no 12. So, I mean, I heard as well on someone else's channel, not anybody that I knew, that there was two deceased babies. Now, I don't know whether that's true. That's just something, that's speculation. That's something I heard. So, whether it's true or not, I don't know. So, I mean, I think after the weekend, because it's been a holiday, hasn't it, for you guys? So, I'm just thinking after the weekend now, we might start hearing more about this because everyone wants to know, especially since the mother is supposed to be in a bad way, like really traumatized over the kids. So, I'm really dying to know what's happening. So, yeah, let's carry on.
Which is 18, but then 17 with judicial and parental permission, etc.
And now we know from court records that basically Elizabeth started having children immediately
basically
after,
later that year
when she was still 15 years old. So Carla wrote out basically all the ages of these children that were found inside this home. I mean, so basically when you do the math, you realize Elizabeth has basically been pregnant almost every single year.
Right. Every year to about a year and a half is kind of the math we figured out. We know that there's sets of twins. Yeah, multiple sets of twins in there.
But we are told by investigators that some remain in the hospital, some have been discharged. We know 2 were care flighted to level 1 trauma hospitals for care.
And when
so it's just, I mean, it's
a horrific thing. And we talk about the room because we've seen the house and we see the size of the house. It's not a huge house, but we know that these children were confined to a 12 by 12 room.
And this is the house right now in Benton County, taking a look at it. Still has the caution tape up there this morning because this investigation remains ongoing. But I mean, you can just see piles of trash literally spilling out of it. The windows are open. It looks very disheveled inside, and it smells. We've heard that on multiple accounts that it really, really smells.
Right. And Kevin Landers took a dive into, because we talk about 12 by 12 and it's hard to visualize, the size of that. 12 by 12, 10 by 10 is about the size of a standard home bedroom before, and if you don't really have a visual idea of that, it's hard to just, really visualize how tight that would be for 16 people. So we're talking 144 square feet. That's not a lot for 16 people. Kevin Landers really dug into this and some of the reaction that
out at them poor kids, them little babies play. You know what I mean? I just can't get my head around this. I think it's blowing my mind. It really is. 12 by 12. with 16 people in it. But apparently, she'd go to stores sometimes and she'd have a couple of the kids with her. So, and apparently everyone was saying who saw them in the store that the smell was terrible. And they were all very pale. But you know what? Why don't people speak up if they see things like this, especially kids in that condition? You know, to just get a welfare check or something to see if they're okay. Apparently, every time she went in, she was pregnant. So they must have knew she had loads of babies. She was going in for diapers as well. So God only knows, I tell you.
Authorities had to this.
According to investigators, the 16 children lived in a space this big. This is a 12 by 12 box. There was no access to restrooms, but this cramped area only tells part of the story.
I can still smell. I can't get the smell. I cannot get the smell off of me or away from me.
The images from inside this Vinton County home continue to haunt those who are building a case against the people who created it.
A large number of people, though, the children were kept in a roughly 12 by 12 area. It seems like is where they've spent the most of the last 4 years.
7 of the children needed hospitalization. 1 is in intensive care in critical condition.
It looked like almost feral animals.
Investigators say none appeared to have ever gone to school.
Look in there in that window.
The question is, where will these children go from here? How will the state protect them? Who will take them? Otis Corcoran is the executive director of Athens County Children's Services.
If what I hear is correct, it's difficult in the fact of what they've gone through, but it's also difficult because of the number of children. So even if these children were totally healthy, it's difficult to place that many children in such a short period of time.
He says in cases like this, it tests the system.
It does test the system because you got to coordinate. And plus, given the time period, you got to move pretty quick. So getting everybody on the same page, finding out what you need, and having everyone really move into action to make sure we're doing the very best we can for these children.
And so again, these are the 4 adults that we know to be living in that home. So
Right.
Gary.
And if you look at the grandmother, Christina Siders, whatever that is, and Elizabeth, so the 2 women, if you look at them, they've been showered. Apparently they had to get showered, washed and showered before anyone could go near them. Can you imagine?
Siders Sr., Gary Siders Jr., Elizabeth Siders, Christina Siders.
All 4 charged with 16 counts of child endangerment. They're being held on $300,000 each on bond for this. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are like, how could this happen? So
how did it fall through?
How did this fall through the cracks? And, we kind of heard, Vinton County is about 13,000 people.
It's a very small community.
It's a small community. And
they're specifically in the village of Hampden too, which is even smaller.
Which is, about a couple hundred people. And I grew up in a county about this size that, a very similarly rural community. And when you get into that size and these communities that size, it's really easy to never see anybody else.
Really?
Because you're spread apart. And if you choose to, you can kind of just ignore what's going on around you. And, there's also the difference that rural poverty is incredibly different than urban poverty. But it's, growing up in this situation, nothing this horrific, but
I mean, this has got to be one of the worst cases.
But you've seen homes in similar situations and states as that. And, people that we talked to, Libby Cathy was down there talking with people in the community who might have been, 5 minutes down the road. Mm-hmm. Had no idea these people existed.
And this is another thing I would like to add. This house right here, it was in a trust for a woman that
had died.
Has died. So we're not sure if they just kind of stumbled upon this.
No, they had been there for 4 years. She had only died within the last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the woman who owned that house had only died within the last year.
So she lived there as well.
It, but we know they moved in about 4 years ago. So it's a complex case. And then we also talk about placing these kids in a county of 13,000. The Department of, the Vinton County Department of Child and Family Services, however they declare to name it there, is now tasked with placing 16 children in a county of 13,000.
Guys, can you imagine the trauma that these kids are going to go through? They've been together, confined in a small space all of their lives, and they're going to have to be split up. Can you just imagine how they're going to feel? It's just heartbreaking. I'm just praying is that if there's any way they can be kept together. I'm thinking, oh God, imagine if there's a man and woman and they've got a big house and they're willing to take them all. But they have to get an extension on or something. Whatever, I'm so worried about them getting split up because it's going to happen, isn't it? Apparently, Toshi, I heard, I don't know whether it's true, I've just said this, that the grandmother has dementia. But if she had dementia, would they have put the charge to her and she pled not guilty? If she has dementia, she wouldn't be in a sound mind, would she? So surely that wouldn't have happened. But I don't know the law, so I don't know. Maybe you do. They can't even talk, can they? A lot of the kids can't talk. It's said a lot of them describe them as feral animals. Isn't that awful? Now the awards of the state, I pray that they stay together. Detour, me too. Me too. I mean, we just don't know what's going on with these kids or anything. And I mean, I know we're going to find out. I just pray for me that their lives can be so much better in every way. I hope they don't go to the wrong people. But the thought of them splitting up is there's going to be PTSD for every one of them kids. They don't know anything else, only each other and that small room. She wouldn't, but they, hang on, where's that just gone? But they would have to have it assessed by the courts to be deemed unfit. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't even know. I definitely heard it. I don't know whether someone else was covering it, and they said that the grandmother had dementia. That's what I was thinking also. I know, Kent, it's awful, absolutely awful. Great points and observations. Thank you. Let's carry on now.
People to find foster families in a county that size for that many kids all at once is a Herculean task.
Well, that are severely traumatized.
Right. It's a right. So it's going to be and we heard that from the Athens County Department of Children and Family Services, that this is a difficult effort. But as I mentioned, in how hard it is to not see this, but also how easy it is to also not see it. Mm-hmm. Libby Cathy went down and kind of took a look that, there were things that people saw, the hindsight's 2020, right?
Always.
Of that, well, I noticed this, but maybe if I had thought about it more, it would have raised the red flags.
We're extremely angry people who would take advantage of kids this way.
Knowing what I know now, I would have said something for sure.
The quiet village of Hampden still processing what authorities describe as horrific conditions inside this home on Omer Road.
You can see that it's on a railroad bed and it's on a dead end. There's really no houses around it. So I think that's maybe how they got away with it.
Ralph Henneman has lived in Vinton County for more than 2 decades.
And I don't think I've ever went down this road. So that kind of gives you an idea of how many people are back here.
I spoke to an employee at the Dollar General less than a mile from the home who says he regularly saw Gary Siders Jr. and Elizabeth Siders shopping just before closing.
They had very poor hygiene. Their clothes were always in a lot of disarray. It seemed as if that she was always consistently pregnant or like in labor in some way. They were pretty in and out. So,
what kinds of things were they buying?
Every once in a while it would be diapers, but besides that, just general food, milk, just other like junk food and stuff like that. They would pay with multiple different cards, one with like $1 on it and whatnot, but and they would just shuffle through them.
Now he says he's left wondering whether there was something he could have done.
And it makes me question my own actions, whether or not.
Sorry, guys.
But I should have asked them about it consistently, either not asked about their hygiene or see if they needed anything or anything I could have done to maybe prevent this in any way, because it looked like there were signs.
Others say it's a sobering reminder.
It's scary to think that there's monsters that live amongst you.
And, I guess,
apparently as well, there was bugs everywhere all over the room where these kids were. They'd all been bitten. There was cockroaches running everywhere. I mean, can you just even think about this in your minds? Feces, cockroaches, bugs everywhere. They'd been bitten. And they were going in there in the Dollar General just before it closed. So they must have known, the state that they were in, and that's why they went at the end. So wouldn't be anyone there, probably. But not only that, how were they feeding these kids? As me and Leanie was saying, you start thinking, don't you? Because you're seeing the cat food, the bowls all over the place, and it's like the food in the bowls for the cat is overflowing. And I'm starting to think, hold on a minute, are these kids getting fed cat food? Because they're not getting any money for them. They're not getting any money for them kids. So how the hell are they getting fed? Oh, it doesn't bear thinking about.
You hear from the Dollar General employee who is like, well, she always seemed pregnant anytime I saw her. Why didn't I do something? But I guess, if in that situation, you see, you see so many people all the time,
right?
That it probably is just something that you lose kind of track of time, and
and you're allowed to have a lot of babies.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like if that's a family's choice, that's their choice.
Yeah, I know plenty of, families who have 11, 12 kids, but
I don't know any.
It is a difficult, this is an interesting case that is one that we haven't seen in a long, long time.
Not especially in this area.
Right. And we hear, we've heard it from Andy Wilson that he's never come across something like this.
No, and he's been in his time, and it's decades.
Right. And I think now the focus, besides the prosecution of these four adults, it comes to the focus of how do we best care for these children? How do we find the resources for them? And because you're also struggling with, you separate 16 siblings across the county.
I heard too that because a couple of them were old enough to reproduce, that they're going to get DNA tests, and that's what's going to happen to them. Oh, it's just awful. I can't get over it. Big John Nugget. Hiya, Big John. Thanks for coming in. Please hit the like. See something, say something. But as a society, we mind our own business. That's it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been guilty of it myself. I've seen things and it's played on my mind. And I'm thinking, oh my God, should I have said something? And thank God it hasn't turned out to be anything that I've worried about. So I'm glad I didn't, you know what I mean? But I think from what I'm watching on here now and from what I've seen throughout my time on YouTube, if I saw something now, I'd speak out. I would, to save any child, you know what I mean? An animal. I'm an avid, I just love animals. And if anyone was to hurt an animal, I wouldn't think twice of picking the phone up. And that'd be exactly the same for the child as well. So I would definitely say something. It's like years ago, there was a girl that lived around the corner, just like her. She was pregnant all the time. I was only a kid, but even I knew, I was about 12, but I used to feel sorry for her then because she was with a man and he was older than her. And he used to roar at her and push her in the doorway. And I'd think, oh my God. So God help the life she had. And she'd have a pram. She'd have 3 kids in the pram. The big, Silver Cross prams. I don't know. We called them a coach pram. I don't know what you call them, and she'd have 3 or 4 kids. She'd be pregnant herself, and she'd have 2 kids walking. And, you know, when I often think of her now, I think, oh my God, how did she ever get on? She often crosses my mind. I was listening, someone must have known if she's having so many kids. Did she have home births? Well, yeah, she must have. I don't think. Hang on, did someone say she did have a couple of them in hospital? Again, John, John, I don't know whether that's true or not, but I have heard something like that said. But as I say, I think after this weekend, we're going to start hearing more. You know, where everywhere being closed and stuff like that, and the weekends and the holiday. I think now, after today, things will be moving. I'm just worried about them kids getting split up. Even now, 2 of them are in intensive care, aren't they? 2 have just been released, and there's still a few in the hospital. Even now, the split up, it must be traumatizing for them. They're seeing all these new people, cleanly, like seeing clean rooms, and they'll have been showered and washed, God help them. They mustn't know what's hit them. It's just, it's heartbreaking.
Right, but they need to be protected right now, and they need a lot of help. But the governor, the state is rallying around these children.
And it's also important to note, because the state is investigating this, and I would bet the farm that these 16 counts of child endangerment will not be the only ones.
No, they expect
because
more charges.
BCI is deepering this investigation, because they want anybody who has any knowledge of this family to come forward. It doesn't matter how deep your knowledge is. If you know anything about these folks, if you've ever come in contact with them, they do want to hear from you. And the number for that is 855-BCI Ohio. It's a hotline to them. So that, once again, 855-BCI Ohio.
Oh, so as I say, there was a couple of things in there that we had news about. So has anyone got any thoughts on what we've heard so far? Yeah, 2 of them in intensive care. They're the ones that they had to take 2 of them straight away. They said they wouldn't have got another 24 hours to have been dead. I'm trying to think of all ways in my mind today that the mother is really devastated, and the first thing she did was ask about the kids. Was she in the room with them? And apparently it was put to her, sort of, is she a victim? And she didn't show any part of being a victim. So this is baffling me. Yeah, it said injuries. I heard that. Was it yesterday or the day before? Injuries. What the hell's going on there? Oh my God, I'm thinking of all kinds. People today are too afraid to get involved. You're right, Kenneth. There is a lot of people, especially where I live. Years ago, it was a big community here. Everyone knew everyone. Now people go in and close the doors. So, they'd rather put a pew to your head. Now, if you was to go to someone's house. But anyway, let me get on with this one now. There's another one. So there's a few things in here. This is the first responder. So wait till you hear what he's got to say. So I'll put it on now. I'm just going to share it. Keep doing it wrong.
The facts of the case are horrible, but you had a front row seat to the emotion, and I think that's what we're most interested in.
Okay, all right. Ready? When I first initially got there to be a driver for the EMS, one of the squads, there was just a line of cars, a line of BCI, the sheriff office, Benton County EMA. There was just a whole slew of cars, and it was kind of a cluster because that's a small road to go through. And when we got there, I got out of the truck. I told the other firefighter with me to take the truck back to the station. They'll drop me off. I started walking up to the scene, and they start screaming at me. We need a driver. So I get into the squad. Sure enough, we have a load of children in the back that were clearly not in the greatest shape. They were very quiet. Other than that, we turned around, ran lights and sirens to the hospital for a quick turnaround because we may have to transport more children. And all I can think of is this is a big scene for our tiny community. Hampden doesn't have that many people. Benton County and the whole spec of it doesn't have a lot of resources. So we contacted Jackson County, and they got more squads there, first responders. And they arrived pretty quickly as well. And I mean, it was a situation we're not used to dealing with. You know, I work for Jackson County EMS too, part-time. And when we go into houses, there's a few that we know about that are kind of these kind of conditions, but not so much that you see that number of children that are in that situation. If they were, you report that. This one just kind of caught us out of surprise, really, because we didn't really expect. This house didn't even look like anyone was living in it. So that was kind of challenging.
Can you describe at all what the children inside the back of that car looked like, and just sights, smells, everything that you encountered when you had those kids in the back seat?
Well, if anyone has been into a house that has these kind of conditions, you can smell, you can see the cockroaches and stuff like that, bugs just in general. And the conditions, you know, bugs get on the children and stuff, and they scratch and they bite and all that stuff. So their condition wasn't the greatest. As far as the smell, it's just a certain kind of smell. If you've ever been into a house that had those kind of conditions, it's not very pleasant. You know, typically I wear a mask if I endure those kind of conditions.
This is your booty on day
20. To kind of help cover that up, because it's awful.
Potent?
Yes. It sticks with you. And it sticks on your clothes, and you can smell it for hours afterwards until you can go change.
Do you know at all roughly the age range of the kids who were in the back seat? Because you said there were 4 that you had.
I know that 2 of them were small. I don't know age range, but I knew they were all pretty young kids that we dealt with.
Like elementary school age?
Yes.
And I mean, I see that you're married. I don't know if you have children, but just, how did it make you feel to see children, in such a state, and being that person to get them help that they needed?
Well, that's just what we do. Seeing children like that, and I think Sheriff Ryan Kane kind of touched on that. Our livestock around here live in better conditions. So.
And I'd like to go back to that moment when you were driving, when you kind of looked over your shoulder and they were in the back. Bring us to that moment. What you remember? Is there an image that day? Did you see the child's eyes? Did they look at you? Did they touch you? Did they smile at you? Is there some haunting memory you have of providing care to these kids?
Mainly I was focused on driving, getting down to the hospital. Our closest hospital is from Hampden, probably about 20 minutes. I knew it was just quiet. That's what it was. Blank expressions. Of course, they were scared. They've never endured anything like that before. They didn't know where they were going, that kind of situation.
Did they have any questions for you as you were?
They didn't speak to me. I'd try to have limited contact unless I was asked to help with the children. So when we arrived down at the ER, I helped unload the children to the hospital. So.
You said this sort of stuff doesn't really happen here. Do you think it'll ever happen again, or is this once in a career emergency?
Well, you just don't know. You really don't know what's going on behind someone's door. I mean, clearly that house, nobody had any indication that there were that many children in that house. So are you supposed to go knocking door to door and ask people? You really can't. So
I got what I need. Do you have what you need?
I think so. Only thing that my team is asking for, we see that Gary Jr. has a pretrial on the 9th for an indecency charge of some kind. I think that's a separate case number.
yes, that is separate.
We have it, so can you print that off as well? So I have it.
We don't handle that. That's in county court.
That's in
So
county?
yeah,
Okay.
but I can take you over there.
So there's another one as well that I want you to see. So just bear with me a minute. I thought that I had pulled it up, but I haven't. I'm just looking at my phone now. WSYX. WS. WX. WSYX. Sorry, guys. So I'll play that in a minute. Just come back to chat. So have you learned anything from what we've seen? Because there was a few things in it that I hadn't seen and didn't know. How about yous? 16 kids in that awful environment, I know. Rose Belizia. The 16 kids were rescued from a house where they lived in squalor in a bedroom 12 by 12, ranging from the age of 1 to 18. Their parents and grandparents have been arrested. So this is what we've been looking at. We're just learning new things. Sorry, Toshi. I hope I didn't ruin your appetite. What did she say, Tito? Imagine the smell could be like a public dumpster full of dirty night. Oh, I know. Everything they've talked about, I've smelt and I've seen, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. How does it even begin? How does it even begin? Did she just run out some money and couldn't afford diapers anymore and say, well, you're just going to have to do it on the floor? Where? Anywhere you want. I mean, why? Surely she had these children. Did she at any point go to, what is it called? You've got to go and produce the birth certificate and stuff, haven't you? You know, she's not getting any money for these children. So when did she decide that no one was going to know about them? Not just her decision, her husband's decision as well, or was it all his decision? I mean, I'm asking 1,000,001 questions and saying, well, we're going to find out probably after the weekend, but there's so many questions going around my head. Oh, I know. Poor kids. I wondered if they were hiding something. Well, they weren't wanted for anything, and apparently there was only the grandfather that was wanted on a driving charge. None of them were wanted except the dad's with that. He was, what is it? What does he do? Public, what's it called again? I can't remember my words. I mean, where was he when he did that? Where did that come from? He like flashed, didn't he, in public? What is it called? Oh, someone help me out. What's it called? Where he showed his bits. So that was his first time he's ever done that, because there was no other charges. So it's making me wonder what's going on with them poor kids. Yeah. Barbara, I've thought of that as well. Something's making me think not the mother. But you don't know. Apparently she hasn't played the victim, and you'll see this in this one that I'm going to play now. So this is her attorney, guys. It starts off with another man talking to the attorney, and he tells him about speaking to her and, you know, things that he's picked up on. And because the man interviewing him says, was she a victim herself? And he says, well, a sort of roundabout asked her that. So you know why he couldn't have asked her straight out? And she didn't play the victim at any time. And usually the first thing people say when he goes in and says, you know, the first thing they say is, when am I getting out? He said the first thing she said was, where's the kids? How are the kids? He said her first things was the kids. He said, I don't normally hear that. So the question was, what is it when you've got a man and he in the public and he gets done for showing himself? What's it called? Public. Oh, indecent exposure. Thanks, Barbara. God, I got it. Leanie was stuck yesterday and I got it, and today it's gone out my mind. Yeah, so we got done for indecent exposure. So now I'm thinking, has he done anything to them kids? I know it's a terrible thing, but we're bound to think. No one's saying he has, but I'm thinking, has he? It's in my mind. Has anything happened to them poor kids? And they won't know any different. Oh God. Anyway, let's watch this. I think I've let's just see if I've pulled it up okay. Here it goes.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Nick, can you hear me all right?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time. I'm sure it's been a busy afternoon.
It has. A busy couple days.
Yeah, for sure. So we can just kind of jump right in. Thank you again.
Recording in progress.
All right. So first off, just say and spell your first and last name for us.
It is Tommy Stolley. Tommy spelled the way you think it would be, Tommy. Stolley spelled Stolly.
And then official title.
Managing attorney, Stolley Law Offices.
And then when it just comes to this case, you know, you being the lawyer on this one, just what are your initial thoughts when it comes to, you know, this case that you have at your hand right now?
Well, my initial thoughts are always for the human aspect of a case like this. Obviously, this is something that has been sensationalized a bit. The media is interested in it. People are talking about it. You see it everywhere. But there's a human component here. So that's always the first thing that I'm interested in. I want to know what the charges are, and then I start thinking about the human aspect of it, because that's the thing that's going to actually be real. Because at the end of the day, that's what we care about. So that was my initial thought moving into this, and that's sort of the thought that I went in to the jail with today to speak with Elizabeth, to try to get more of the human side of things.
Yeah, so you went and you talked with Elizabeth today. Can you kind of share what you guys discussed, how she's doing?
I did. I can share to an extent. So what I will say is that I had no idea what I was walking into. I saw the same headlines everyone else did. At one point, the term pure evil was used to describe Elizabeth and the home. And at another point, there was a comment that livestock had been treated better. So I really didn't know what I was walking into. When I walked in there, I met a woman who was timid and who was exhausted. It looked like she had been crying quite a bit. She looked distraught. And she was willing to talk to me, able to talk to me, and we sat down for about an hour and a half to go through the basics of this case. Obviously, to talk about some of the legal aspects that are coming up, future hearings in court, what my role is as her attorney. And then I asked her some more personal questions. I asked her if she had seen any of the coverage that has been online for the better part of a day now. She hasn't. She does not know how the home, the conditions, the investigation is being described. And I chose not to share all of those details with her at this point because she does seem so fragile. The person that I met with, though, is not someone who comes across as pure evil. It's just evil requires malice. And the person that I saw there, Elizabeth, she doesn't have that in her eyes, at least from this initial. So this was an opportunity for me to get to know her to the extent that I can in this early stage. So at this point, I do. I think she is distraught.
Do you think that she's a victim in any of this?
She would not, I don't think she would classify herself as a victim. That was, I asked her that question in a couple roundabout ways, and she did not have a typical victim-minded mindset when answering. She did say that she misses her kids, and that's one of the things that shocked me was the first question that she asked me was, are the kids okay? When can I see the kids? And do you know anything about where they are? That was the first series of questions that she asked me, which, kind of surprised me. Usually when people are in jail, they ask, can you get me out of here? When can I get out? So I think that was telling.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it there. And another lawyer also that's defending Gary Sr. also kind of said that, the sheriff and the attorney general, they're saying that, these sheriffs, attorney generals are making this, a political, they're sensationalizing this case, excuse me, this case. So do you believe that to be true?
I don't want to get into politics here. I don't think that any of this investigation is politically motivated. I think the investigators and law enforcement work on the ground. So they see what's right there, right in front of them. They don't necessarily have the benefit of the hindsight conversation. So I think a lot of the snapshots that got out there into the media and on press conferences were based on those initial perceptions. And that's not the whole story. It doesn't tell us why something happened. It doesn't actually present a narrative as to who these people are and who these children are in that context. So I would say we are still so very early on in this case. And it takes time. But unfortunately, first impressions really do matter. And so when we have language like pure evil, it's important to come.
Hope you don't get a copyright. So see what he said. She was very timid and was distraught and was asking when she can see the kids. So what picture do you get in your brain? Because don't get me wrong, I just don't understand how something can get to that state. But do you think it's been a case where, I'm only thinking of excuses that that's going to come out or whatever, I don't know, that it just got on top of her. She, you know, she had that many kids, she couldn't keep up. And in the end, she just didn't know what to do. And every day it was going to be the day that she was going to do something about it, and it never came. Is that going to be one of the excuses? Or because she's not saying she's any victim, that he hasn't done something, or she's scared to say that, you know, the way he's been with her? I don't know. What does anyone else think? No different than battered women syndrome. Yeah, exactly. Grand jury investigation is never political, right? Maybe she was controlled by him. That's what I mean. You just don't know. There's so many questions, isn't there? And there's so many ways that could be answered. Just say, for instance, so there was another person, another woman living there up to last year. So there was 21 people. And she died. So the house went into trust. And they've been living there with her. So obviously they're still there. And look at the house now. That means look at the state of the house. I'm just wondering if that's going to be one of the things said. Because she had loads of little ones. It just got too much for her. And things were building up and getting out of control. Because you're seeing toys, you're seeing bikes. I mean, so at some point these kids have played out. You know, in one of the homes they played out. So is this being the house that it's just got on top? She can't cope. And that's why it's a shithole. It's in the state it's in. His parents are also controlling. Well, yeah, I mean, you don't know that for sure, but that could be another. You don't know. She's gone in there with, you know, a mother, a father, and their son. So, yeah, they could all be controlling her. But I just don't know. Why she never declared these children. I mean, I'm dying to know. We're going to get to know. I know that. But she's not getting any money for them. How can anyone survive with no money for 16 kids? Obviously, she was breastfeeding. Well, I assume she was breastfeeding. You used to say she's still not breastfeeding. Because can't you breastfeed up until the kid's 6? Oh my God, I couldn't. But, you know, some people do. Is that a possibility? I mean, that still wouldn't be enough for a child of ages 6, 5 and 4, would it? She no wonder she's white. Yeah, kind of so many possibilities. Probably afraid of them. She probably was, Bob. So is it 6 that you can breastfeed? 6 years? And I mean, it has been said you can breastfeed until you stop and that's it. But I have 3 grandchildren and at times I can feel overwhelmed. Thank God I can ask for help from family and friends. Oh, Tora now. I mean, we used to have the little one next door only of a Saturday. She'd come in every Saturday. We'd have her for what? About 4 hours. And she was just home from home with us. She'd be fine. But as she got a bit bigger, she was getting more, you know, things were getting thrown in, and it was becoming harder. I was thinking I just didn't have the patience that I used to have when I was younger. And it's really, really hard. So to have that many kids, it's got to have got out of hand. But you know what? You can take things to stop you having babies. So again, I'm thinking, was it him? Was it him? Which is the reason she was pregnant all the time. She didn't have a say in the matter. Same here. This really cuts with our 70-year-old grandparents. It is so hard, Kenneth. It really is when you're older. Big John said, my nan placed me in care. She couldn't look after 6 kids as my mother ran off. My nan couldn't cope. She'd done the right thing. Oh, exactly. Do you know what I mean? She didn't leave you to go hungry or, leave you to just go with anyone. It's so hard, that decision to do something like that must be the hardest decision, one of the hardest decisions ever. Toshi says, we have 3 living with us, 2 detour, and I'm so glad I can walk away and lock myself in my room. There are teens now, there and girls. Oh, I know by my son. He went to school one day and come out with the attitude from hell. Never answered me back once. Perfect child, sweet arm, perfect child. Didn't know where to go, and honest to God, every day count my blessings. And then he'd come in one day and I thought I picked the wrong kid up. I was side-eyeing him thinking, I was thinking all kinds, thinking, oh my God, attitude from hell. And he's still got it, thinks he knows everything. Hard work, and I've only got the one. It is so hard. Barbara said she would always have milk if she was having one every year. Oh, God. So she's probably still breastfeeding then, isn't she? Oh, my God. And 3 sets of twins. Wow. Let's get back to this,
Combat that language and say innocent until proven guilty. Because that's what Elizabeth is, and that's what all of her family who lived in that home are. They're innocent until proven guilty. And it's the state's burden to prove them guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And we don't know at this point if they're going to be able to do that. Part of what I was able to get today in sitting down and meeting with Elizabeth was a little bit more of that context. Who she is as a person and her relationship with the kids.
And kind of, you kind of mentioned the media aspect of things, the talk of the town in Vinton County is this case. Do you want to take this case out of Vinton County? Do you want to ask for it to be taken out of Vinton County to be somewhere else?
I don't know if we have enough information for that at this point. What I will say is that the people of Vinton County are tremendously fair, and we look forward to vigorously defending this case. And that's going to involve a lot of investigation and, to be honest, a lot of time. So is that something that is a possibility? Maybe. We don't know that at this point. We don't have discovery at this point.
All right. Well, is there anything else I'd like to add that I didn't ask you about?
Not that I can think of, other than the fact that we are still so early here, and it's going to take time. There's going to be more information that comes out, and some of it is probably going to bring a lot of this into context. But what I would ask for the public, or from the public rather, is to allow this thing, and to have faith in the system, and to allow this process to work out. Because, like I said, we look forward to vigorously defending this case, to working through each of the charges. Most importantly, we want to make sure that the kids are okay. And it sounds like that is well on the way at this point. So, then our focus shifts to the context and figuring out all we can about what happened. So the unfortunate truth in the American justice system is that takes time. So we're confident that it will, that the system will work. It's just going to take time.
Yeah, and just kind of lastly, when were you notified that you'd be taking this case?
Well, coincidentally, I happened to be in Vinton County yesterday. And it was yesterday afternoon, right before the courthouse closed, that I got notification that I would be, they asked if I would take the case, and I said yes.
And then I know it's still kind of early on for you, and you might not have all the details. but was Elizabeth 15 years old when she was married to Gary?
That's my understanding, yes.
Okay. And I just want to make sure I covered all the basics. I think we got it also. I appreciate your time today. I know it's probably been very busy.
It has, but I appreciate you taking the time as well.
Yep. All right. Well, have a great rest of your evening.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Have a good one.
You too.
Recording stopped.
So that's that. So the let's just show you. Here's the ages of these kids. Hang on, sorry. Let me take this banner off so you can see. So age 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6. I think that's gone over the, I think that's 10, 11, is it? Can't see because of the, I have to move that off. Hold on. So there you go. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. Can you believe, as I'm saying all them names, it's like you're on a register in school and you've got to shout here. That's what we used to have to do. Do you use Americans do that? And Aussies, when you were in school, you'd have a register and the teacher has to shout your name, all the kids' names out, and you've got to put your hands up and say here, so she marks you in. Did you used to do that as well? Or was it just us English? Let me know. They need to change the law for marriage in the country. They've done it now, haven't they? They put it to 17 now. It used to be 14, but they've put it to 17. I have an 18-year-old boy, 14 girl, and 6-year-old going on 30. Tito, telling you. My mum used to say years ago, babies had their eyes closed for at least 6 weeks. Now, they're born with their eyes open, they're looking everywhere, they're smiling after 2 weeks. It is unbelievable, the absolute difference in babies today to babies years ago. So use added the attendance register. Yeah, there's 3 sets of twins, Deborah. 3 sets of twins, and they're 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, well, that was me too. Well, I wasn't in the 60s. I was born then. I was born in 65. I'm 61 now. But we used to have a register, a big, long, like, grey book. And you used to shout your name out, and you'd have to say, here, or yes, miss, your hands up. Where'd you say you're from, Kenneth? I'm surprised you can understand me. Did you say you're from Michigan? It doesn't surprise me, John. It's West Virginia they are from, yeah. Born in 1956. My brothers was born that date as well. So you's all at, Taylor, Michigan. I've got no clue where that Taylor is, but I bet it's in Michigan. Imagine they're doing fertility treatment. Oh, my God. Well, I don't think so, because then they'd have to go to hospital, wouldn't they? And then I don't think they get passed for having fertility if they were looking like that and smelling like that. Surely they wouldn't let someone who couldn't look after themselves have a baby. You know what I mean? But I'm dying to know all the answers to the questions that I'm thinking in my mind. I've been through every one of them. I'm even thinking, I mean, this is going to sound terrible, guys. Don't think I feel that bad minded thinking it. Is he been having all these kids because he's sick? I'm not even saying it. This is my brain. It hasn't been said. Well, if it has, I don't know about it. But I'm starting to think all horrific things now since he got done for indecent exposure. So this was at least 4 years this has been going on in that house, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. 4 years they've lived there, and the woman that lived there with them. So she's known what's going on as well. So know how old she was and how she died. That'd be interesting. And did they never? How did they come to move in there? And if they stopped going out in the other house that they lived in, would they have brought the toys across the bicycles? Would they have bothered? Would they have left them there? I've thought all kinds. I've thought they've left the house is in this state because they're not going to pay any rent because they're going to do what we call a moonlight flit. They're going to get off in the middle of the night. Well, you wouldn't even have to go in the night, would you? Go anytime there because no one sees you. And then they're just going to find somewhere else. Oh, God. Hiya, Daniel. Thanks for coming in. Happy Sunday to you too. So did you say before, MJD, that wasn't Rapper? Oh, Rapper, I'm sorry, love. I really thought it was you. So let's get back. Let's change this. Well, do you know what? Hold on. Right, listen, I'm just going to go and spend a penny. I'll put some music on and I'll be back in 5. So just have a chat amongst yourselves. I won't be a minute. Well, I will, but you know what I mean.
It's a wild affair. Maggie co-hosts with a comical flair. Prayers and laughter fill the air. Jumping jacks and goofy stares. Families gather around the glowing screen. Hilarity's a cocktail where we dream. Maggie's jokes are a mean machine. Turns our blues to yellow and green. Lily needs a smoke break, light it up. Life spins crazy, but we fill our cup. Laughter's the anthem, turn it up. We're said with love, it's more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning light, creating joy in the middle of the night. Smoke breaks, just a moment of quiet fight. Back to fun, to the crazy side. Tick tock, time flies by with Maggie's jokes that reach the sky. Leanie grins with a happy sigh. Happiness streaming, no need to cry. Leanie needs a smoke break, light it up. Life spins crazy, but we fill our cup. Laughter's the anthem, turn it up. We're said with love, it's more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning light, creating joy in the middle of the night. Smoke breaks, just a moment of quiet fight. Present with love, it's more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning up. Life spins crazy, but we fill our cup. Laughter's the anthem, turn it up. Present with love, it's more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning light, light and joy in the middle of the night. Laughter's the anthem, turn it up. Present with love, it's more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning love. Leanie's got a channel, it's a wild affair. Maggie co-hosts with a comical flair. Prayers and laughter fill the air. Jumping jacks and goofy stares. Families gather around the glowing screen. Hilarity's a cocktail where we dream. Maggie's jokes are a mean machine. Turns our blues to yellow and green. Lily needs a smoke break, light it up. Life spins crazy, but we fill our cup. Laughter's the anthem, turn it up. We're said with love, it's more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning light, flies by with Maggie's jokes that reach the sky. Leanie grins with a happy sigh. Happiness streaming, no need to cry. Leanie needs a smoke break, light it up. Life spins crazy, but we fill our cup. Laughter's the anthem, turn it up. Present with love is more than enough. Impromptu vibes like morning light. Creating joy in the middle of the night. Smoke breaks, just a moment of quiet fight. Present with love, it's more than enough.
Oh, I've been talking. And the mic was on mute. So unlike me, isn't it? Hey? So unlike me to make a mistake. So what are we talking about? Let's see. All those twins, I know. So she's gave birth at home. She mustn't have had difficult pregnancies, must she? They must have flew out. After 16 kids, they flew out. She must have, as soon as she went into labour, she must have had to sit down because she knows they're coming fast. Oh my God. Who knows if we'll ever find out? They might keep that information private because they're minors. Oh my God, don't. I never thought of that. Don't say we won't know. Oh, that can't happen, can it? Yeah, but we mightn't find out. Oh, but surely we're going to find out the charges of what they've been charged with. So then we're going to know what's happened to the kids. Am I right? Oh God, am I right? That we've got to know the charges. But we won't know about each individual child, what happened to them. We'll know about the 18-year-olds, won't we? Because they've already said that they're going to be getting DNAs done. The ones that are old enough to reproduce. Well, oh my God. Well, isn't that the case from when they're about 14, 13? Because I've known there's been kids I've watched on here, that they've been 13 and 12 having babies, even an 11-year-old. So I don't know. So don't say there's not a chance that there could be a chance we're not going to find out. Oh, I need to know because I've thought not on. I mean, here I am on here. I got the live up because I'm thinking, oh my God, I need to let these hear this because there was little things in it that I hadn't heard. But apparently there was cockroaches running everywhere. Oh, can you imagine? And vomit as well. With kids have been sick and things like that. I want to know what them kids were eating. I want to know because if she wasn't having any money, what the hell were they feeding them kids on? Oh, do you think they must have run to the little animal bowls and ate the food out of there because they were hungry? Who's to know? Terrible. I mean, it does make your mind run amok. If you sit there and you start thinking, I mean, since I've come on here, I'm like, I look at people so differently. I'm looking at, in the neighbourhood thinking how all the other people, like for example, there's Chris Watts, look what he did to his whole family and the way he did it. I mean, would you have ever in your life thought that man had it in him to do what he did? Because he loved them kids. he was always playing with him. I'm thinking a demon. Someone took over him. Something took over him, because that's another thing burns my head out, that I can never get over how he did it, ever. No, Tosh, that's me thinking. Is that what they were doing? Because they weren't getting any money for them. Apparently, the kids looked malnourished and white. I mean, 2 of them were near dead, and others were close. They said they wouldn't have lasted another 24 hours. The cat bowls were all overflown with food. Was them kids eating cat food? Because she never had any money for them. So what were they eating? My mind's going everywhere. Yeah, Toshi, I mean, you know, how could you not think that way when you... I mean, I know we shouldn't. We should wait till we've got more information, but you can't help it. It's part of human nature. I think the worst of everything first. I'm a worrier, as you know. I'm a terrible worrier. I have the worst case scenario going on in my brain. And now it's going on now because of these kids, how they've survived. I mean, they're all very sick. Obviously, they're sitting in a room full of feces, urine, vomit, cockroaches. So, you know, and you go in places like that, you'd have to wear a mask. So them kids have been in a 12 by 12 room with that for 4 years. Didn't look like they had power in that house, so food couldn't have been cooked. Exactly. And there was no barbecue or nothing outside, was there? Not that I seen. So I'm thinking, was she going around filling the food bowls like that? Because them kids, as described, were feral and was just going like the cats eating the food. Oh, I don't know, Tosh. I tell you. Can you imagine what these social services... I mean, I've got no time for them social services because they fail kids so many times. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. And not all of them are like that. I get that, the same as cops. There's not all bad cops, but there is some fucking bad cops. But can you imagine trying to talk to these kids who can't talk? And I'm thinking of the poor kids, how traumatised are they when they can't even communicate? They can't even communicate. I mean, I bet you any money that 18-year-old girl and the other older lad, I bet you it's like when you've got an animal, isn't it? They don't speak, but you know exactly what they want. I knew every move of Jessie. She only had to look at me a certain way and I knew what she wanted. So I bet you any money that these kids can communicate to the older or to each other, and they all know what's getting said. So they haven't got that. So I hope that they bring them older kids into them at some point. They don't just cut them off. They wouldn't know any difference, sadly. No, they wouldn't. I know, Barbara. And do you know what? That wouldn't surprise me in the least because I've already thought it. Everything's gone through my mind. And I can't understand how just all of a sudden that man's being done for indecent exposure. So what's going on in his brain? Are we going to find something horrific out about these poor kids? Will they ever survive? Will they ever survive this life that they've had? I mean, there's hope for the younger ones. But, I mean, from what age are you from when you start remembering? I mean, I've got a memory of being about 6, but it's not a lot. More so from when I was 8. Yeah, so, you know, a lot of them are just going to be traumatised, PTSD. But I need to know about this mother as well. She's crying for them, asking when she can go and see them. So I want to know what her role was, what was exactly happening in this house. Why were them kids in that room to begin with and left in there? And I'm in my brain, I'm pointing at him, and that might be wrong. That might be wrong of me. I admit that. But I'm just being truthful. I'm pointing the finger right now at him. Because out of all of them, this doesn't prove nothing, I get that. But out of all of them, he's the only one who doesn't look tired, doesn't look hungry, doesn't look distraught or worn out or out of his mind. He looks quite healthy to me. Looks like he has a nice big meal a day. You know, he's well looked after. That's how he looks to me anyway. What do you think? Big John said, think they can communicate copying him and her and grandma. Yeah, who knows? Which one was charged with indecent exposure? The father of the kids. So there's Elizabeth and there's, is it Gary? Gary Senior and Gary Junior. Gary Junior. So the mother and father of the kids, the father got done for indecent exposure. Yeah, it does. I mean, look at this picture. Just look at this, guys. They've had to be showered, them too. Don't know about the other fellow, why he never. But they've had to be washed and everything down. But look at him, he's got little chubby cheeks, hasn't he? He looks like he's got something stuffed in his cheeks. He's not hungry. I mean, she doesn't look hungry, Elizabeth. You know, she's not, I wouldn't say she's thin or anything, and neither is grandmother. None of them look hungry. But he looks far from the hungriest on there. He doesn't look tired. He looks like he's having a good sleep as well. So let's see if I get a slap on the face and he's got nothing to do with it. But he certainly does look like he eats well. Yeah, cannot. Barbara said the 3 sets of twins might be able to be taught and not be too traumatised, but the rest will probably have mental problems, yeah. Yeah, Bob, that's it. These kids, there'll be some disabled, you know. But, oh yeah, he does. He does look pleased with himself, doesn't he? I mean, he's on there. He's been arrested for the abuse of these kids, the way they're being treated and left in a house like that. I wouldn't be able to look at that camera. I'd feel so ashamed of my life. He doesn't look like it's fucking his home. He doesn't look like he's, I don't know. He does look pleased with himself. Was I just talking about then? I forgot already. Can't remember. Don't know. But like I've just been saying, this indecent exposure. I'm going to try and look it up. Hang on a minute. Let me try and look it up. See if I can find anything else. Bear with me. Just let me put a bit of music on low. I'll just put it on low. Sass in every way, talking fast, not a pause in sight. Leanie's got my head in a spin tonight. Oh, shut up, Leanie, can't you see? You talk so much, it's drowning me. With your white hair and sassy flair, just give me a breath. Nice. What's the name? Sadis, isn't he? Let's have a look now what we'll get up here. Is his name Gary? I'll take Gary out in case. Let's try and find his name. No, can't get anything up on here. Let's see if I can wait it another way. So there's loads coming up now, so I'm waiting to see if anything mentions that indecent exposure. Let me lower that music because it might be sending you out your mind. In fact, you know what, I'll just take it off now, eh? So let's have a look what's coming up here. Everyone's, loads of people now are covering it. All the houses boarded up. Nothing's mentioning that there. We definitely heard that, didn't we? Not yesterday, day before, what we watched. Details image. Now on this one, it's showing the grandfather, it's showing the house and just the grandfather. So let's have a look what gets mentioned here. Now I'm hearing this the same as you, so I'm going to share it. So bear with me. It might be all, it might be nothing. Let's see.
You're watching live now. My name is Alexandra Goldberg, and more today on the House of Horrors in rural Ohio, and still lingering questions about how 16 children ages 18 months old to 18 years old were living in deplorable conditions. Authorities say 16 children from the same family were rescued from a dilapidated home, living in human waste all around them and confined to just one room over much of the past 4 years. The children's parents and 2 grandparents were charged with felony child endangerment. Gary Siders Jr., Gary Siders Sr., Christina Siders, and Elizabeth Siders pled not guilty in court. Joining us now to discuss is defense attorney Jeremy Rosenthal. Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on live now.
Thank you, Alexandra. Good to see you.
You too. So these adults were accused.
Doesn't Jeremy's glasses look like they've been drew on his face?
Of second-degree felony child endangerment. Tell us about these charges.
Okay, child endangerment is what you would call an inchoate crime. And for first-year law students, what you learn about is that crimes happen really one of 2 ways. Most crimes are intentional crimes, things that we do on purpose. If somebody robs a bank, somebody robs a gas station, somebody assaults another person, those are going to be intentional crimes, and they're going to require what's called a mental state. An inchoate crime is a crime of omission. You failed to do something, and because you failed to do something, there was a negative result. Parents owe a duty to children. A guardian, somebody who owes a special duty to a child, or it could be an adult, or what it could be is you're looking at somewhere between 8 and 12 years is what I've seen under the Ohio statutes. And so in those instances, Ohio has some different sentencing factors which could potentially increase things, but it's really hard. You've got 16 children who are injured, clearly mentally injured, clearly physically injured, atrophied, and everything we've read about is just as tragic as it can be.
How are they injured?
It's really difficult to link those to any type of an intentional act. If you could, then you could definitely have a higher punishment here in these instances. As it is, you might be looking at 10 years, 12 years, something in that range per case.
Well, does the law treat parents differently than grandparents?
Yes and no. So again, what we turn to is, what is your relationship with that child? In the abstract, a grandparent may really not have a duty to their grandchild.
Oh my God.
Now, if you're living with a child, yes, you certainly would.
Yeah.
And if you are in, again, what you would call in loco parentis, then yes, you would have a duty to that child. So in those instances, it doesn't matter that you're a parent, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or anybody like that. If you're the guardian and you're the main caregiver for a child or within a group of
Now
caregivers,
look at her there. She
then
looks
you
fine,
are
doesn't she?
certainly within that group. Then you're certainly going to be culpable. And then
So
punishment.
do you remember me saying that I thought she had marks around her arm? See that mark on her arm? I think, is that a band? I think it's a band. The grandmother's got a red one on, hasn't she? Is that a hospital band? Now, if you've got a red one and you've been to the hospital, in my country, means you're allergic to something, because I get one because I'm allergic to a certain antibiotic. Now, I'm just looking here. I don't know whether you can see the case on the young one, Elizabeth, the mother. Is that a band around ears? It doesn't. I was thinking it was more down her wrist. I was thinking, is she being kept chained or anything? But I mean, look at the figure on it, 16 kids. Oh, I'd be like Humpty Dumpty now. I was like Humpty Dumpty after one.
The law is not really going to make a distinction whether or not you were the biological parent or whether you were a grandparent. I don't know that anybody's going to be able to avoid liability here because they might be a generation removed. Based on the conditions that everybody's heard about and that we've seen, liability is pretty clear here.
I see. And officials said it seemed as no one outside of the family knew about these children. How will interviews with neighbors and the public come into play as investigators continue this discovery process?
I think what we're seeing here is that there's a blind spot in the system. The system is designed to sort of have tripwires, if you will. Children come to school malnourished. They come to school bruised. Children outcry abuse to people who they trust, who may be outside the home. People go to the hospital. They have to go to the grocery store. And so
I'm dying to know if she went to the hospital to have any of them kids. Because surely, if you've had a baby in the hospital, right, this might be different in your country, so let me know. I mean, it might go by the county as well, mightn't it? So you may not know. But anyway, in England, if you have a baby, you get, what is it called? Oh, what would you choose to be called? She's like a midwife, but she comes around to check the baby's on target, you know, and gives you tips and stuff like that. What's she called? Let's see, let me go back to Chas. What is she called? Do you have that where at first you'd have the midwife coming out, don't you, when you first had your baby for about a week? Just unless you've had a cesarean. I think they come for about 2 weeks just to check the wounds and stuff like that. But then as the months go on, once your baby gets to about 5 or 6 months, you start getting the the health visitor. The health visitor comes and she just gives you tips, you know, when to start feeding and weaning and things like that. So if she had any of them kids in a hospital and the extent of she was having these kids, surely one of them health visitors, if they call that, must have picked up on something. Or was everything okay then? But I mean, well, now she's lived there 4 years. So she couldn't have, I don't know whether maybe she had them in a hospital in another county at some point. I don't know. But then wouldn't they now? I don't know how it works. I'm mixing myself up. Yeah, like a midwife, but we call them health workers, health visitor. She'll weigh your baby as well as the baby's, going on, and she'll say, oh, she gets these portable scales out and stuff like that. So you call it health and wellness. Hiya, Anne. Good to see you, love. Hope you're okay. We're talking about that case, Anne. Oh, some of the things you've heard, you just wouldn't believe it, love. And these nasty, abusive people, yeah, what the F is wrong with them? I don't know. But none of them, that mother or father, didn't look like there was anything wrong upstairs, did they? And once she's had a little wash and been washed and that, she looked okay. She didn't look painfully thin, but them kids were. Them kids look malnourished, feral, and were almost dead. Oh, now I'm not having pity for her at all now. I need to stop it because I need to just wait till I hear more facts. Yeah. Oh, and it's just I forget the update. There's no such updates, but we've watched the attorney. He just said when he went in to see it, because he'd been seeing what we were seeing, evil parents, 16 children rescued. He was expecting to go in and see this evil mother, this evil in her eyes. He said she was very timid, willing to speak. The first thing she asked was when she could go and see her kids and how they were. He said that's unusual. Normally they ask, when am I getting out? He said she looked distraught. She was distraught. So we couldn't go into too much information. So the fella asked him, do you think she was a victim? And he said she did. He said he asked her that question in a roundabout way, but she didn't come across with that. And she didn't at any point play the victim. So therefore, but as someone said in chat, that could be battered wife syndrome. You just don't know, do we? We're not going to know. And then, was it you, MJD, said we might not know because the kids' ages, because the kids, but surely we'll know the charges against the adults. Oh, I don't know, Anne. I don't know. It was a normal thing to them. It's seeming like that. I mean, like I've just said, Anne, I know that you think, oh no, no. But it can get overwhelming if you've got a gang of kids. You can't keep the house spotless and all that. You'll clean up as you go. But your house is well and truly going to be lived in if you've got a gang of kids. Say you've got 5 or 6 kids, whatever. So she had 16. So at what point did it start getting too much for her? To the point where she just couldn't keep up, and they were just, because she's not getting any money for the man. So she mustn't have been able to afford diapers. So they were just going here, there and everywhere. And at what stage does it just get on top of you and you just think, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. And before you know it, it's up the walls. I mean, I could never live like that in a month of Sundays. But some people do, as we're reading now, listening. It's possible things like DNA might not be made public. Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe that's one of the things. But if they're over if they're at the age, if they're adults, can't it be public then? It's a weird one that I can't wait to find out. No more than you must. I have 4 boys and a cleaner, and it was hard work keeping clean around them. So imagine 16 is almost impossible. Exactly. And I think that's going to be what's said. And I get it. It does get out of control. But that can out of control. No. I'm sorry. I'm going to be saying to the dad, right, we need to get stuck into this. Look at it. This is absolutely terrible. We need to, I mean, I'd have been vomiting. Seeing that. Did they just throw them in the room and shut the door? Is that why? Oh, it couldn't be. The smell, shut them in there, shut the door. Or they're saying to the kids to use the toilet and the kids aren't, because she's not sitting down talking to them and they haven't got a clue. So she's like, you're not coming out till you go to the toilet. If you're going to do it there, you're staying in the room. I don't know. There's a million and one things flying through my head. But let's have a little listen to this, see if we learn any more on this.
We all sort of live in these webs of society, and there's these tripwires that really don't get triggered if everybody's just in the same house all day, every day. There's no real exposure to the outside world. So what we're seeing is that the neighbors didn't see or hear anything, which wouldn't be surprising. My understanding is this family moved around quite a bit. Maybe that's on purpose to avoid detection. Maybe that's just sort of their nomadic nature. But they just had very little exposure to the outside world and just didn't really hit a lot of those tripwires.
Right. I think you're alluding to in schools mandated reporters. And I wanted to mention here, these 16 children, they were not enrolled in school. I want to move on to our last question here. We know that authorities found the children while carrying out a search warrant in a separate, unrelated investigation. Will all of the evidence that they discovered on Wednesday, will it all be admissible in court?
Provided the original search warrant was valid, then yes. Anything and everything that they find is and are going to be admissible in court. A good search warrant allows for expansion of investigation into different areas. And so that's very common to see, that a search warrant allows police to get into a house and that they can search anywhere where the contraband that they may be looking for could possibly be. So that's going to include rooms, other spaces. But once the police are in an area lawfully, anything and everything that they discover through their lawful search is fair game. So that would be now where you could run into a problem, and I don't see it happening here, is if you had some type of cyber evidence or phone evidence or things like that. You would need additional warrants to sort of breach those spaces, but that doesn't sound like it's necessary here. The example that you give in law school is for a car that gets pulled over, and then if there's a search that's lawful of an automobile, say maybe there's drugs that are detected or smelled or something like that, and they find a dead body, then that's fair game.
And that's another one.
The investigation
Could
can
there be
expand
any
into those
parties?
areas.
All right, defense attorney Jeremy Rosenthal, we thank you so much for coming on live now with your explanation of how the law works and helping us understand a little bit more about this case.
Have a good evening and have a good weekend.
All right, and we do want to play out a short soundbite from authorities speaking in Ohio yesterday. Take a listen.
Defendants were arraigned on 16 counts of second-degree felony child endangering. They were assessed a $300,000 cash or surety bond per defendant. They were ordered to have no contact with each other as co-defendants. They were ordered to have no contact with the victims. We believe, will be requesting court-appointed counsel and will anticipate getting ready for the next stage, which at this point would be a preliminary hearing if they request that, or if they don't waive it, and that'll be with their counsel. Right now, the abuse, neglect, dependency complaints that have been filed are being heard by the Vinton County Juvenile and Probate Court. The initial hearing occurring now, we are asking for temporary custody to Job and Family Services. The children are safe. They have been placed. We have some other issues we're still dealing with for their safety, but they are currently in a good situation and are being protected. The last thing I want to mention very quickly, particularly for our local community folks, is this is an intra-family situation. This is not human trafficking. There is nothing.
Yeah, well, so we've seen the rest of that now. So, oh, them poor kids, wonder where they are. Do you think they're all going to be together? I mean, I know that the ones that are in hospital, but apart from the ones that are in hospital, do you think all the kids are together? Surely there's going to be people around that area that are put in to adopt kids. I'd be like, oh God, give us them. Couldn't split them up. I'd end up being overrun, but I wouldn't split them up. Did the lawyer mention her mental capacity? Is she mentally an adult? Don't know. Don't think. No, he just said she seemed fine, didn't she? She was just distraught. You're talking about the mother, Elizabeth. I wondered if the indecent exposure charge was from the separate case and he's gone out in public flashing his noodle to people. Oh God, I don't know, Tosh. I don't know. Well, I don't think you can get a search warrant for their house if the charges were indecent. No, it wasn't about the indecent exposure that was saying he was done for that. It was a completely different thing that they went to the house. And that's what they discovered, these kids. Yeah. It was nothing to do with this at all or something. Oh, they're going to be split, aren't they? Oh, God help them. Do you know what? I would just feel that each other is their security blanket, aren't they? Each other. You don't know, imagine. It's like when you're taking a puppy away from all its little brothers and sisters. Oh, I don't sleep for 3 weeks in case it cries. Oh, guys, it's just, you just don't think anyone could ever do that, do you? Eh? How does, I know things can get out of hand. You know, you don't get time to keep on top of things, and before you know it, you've got a pile of washing. That the washing never seems to end. Laundry, you call it. Never ends, and it's just every day the machine's on all day, every day, and the dishes in the sink, and you're washing them just before you go into bed because you're that tired. I understand, and that was just with one. And I understand it must be awful to have a gang of kids, but come on. Even down to, if okay, so see that's an excuse, it got on top of her. Well, where is, I mean, we see 20 kids and still counting, don't we, programs? Where did she not educate these kids? Where did these kids like feral? That is abuse. That can't be anything to do. That's, they can't communicate. It's not only about the shit that they lived in. It's the fact that they are like animals. They're not, no one's talking to them, no one's teaching them. Do you know what I mean? Leanie! Where do you think you've been? How dare you? Have you hit the like, Leanie? If you haven't, can you hit the like, please? Oh God. I mean, so therefore, okay, so like we've just said, it can get on top of you. But this, I don't think this is the fact that now more I'm thinking about it, it's got on top of it and she's just thought, you know what, I'm not bothered, just leave it. It's a whole thing. It's the whole thing. It's them kids not having a clue how to talk, how to communicate. They felt like they're being left just to, they're being given birth to and just left. So, what is that? Leanie lost her speech. She'll lose her speech. I liked and subbed, such a nice channel. Yeah. Oh, thank you, according to Leanie. Well, I hope you come back and you join in. We don't always do true crime, you know. We do have a laugh now and again and things like that. It's just that I'm the co-host because the host has done, she's done one and left me to do it on my own. She said, Maggie, it's about time you pull your breeches up, girl, and get on with it. I'm not here to hold your hand 24/7, you know. I said, whatever. And it is. I thought, I'll show you. Did you hear the mother's? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've heard it. We've heard what she said. He said that he was expecting to go in and see evil in her eyes because he's heard what we've heard, pure evil. He said she was very timid. And the first thing she asked was about the kids and when could she see them. So I'm not knowing what's going on. Was she living in that room with them? And you know what? This is another thing. When you're in there and there's some of the kids that can speak, they learn from them, don't they? So even if I'm not getting it, I'm confusing myself more and more and more the more I try and talk about it. Who's base? Lenny. My Barbara. Listen, just leave it. Don't even speak to her, guys, okay? She carries on. Feel free to time her out. I'm confused, but the holiday threw me off. Well, I've actually said that maybe because the holidays and then we've had the weekend, maybe we'll start hearing more now when things go back to normal tomorrow. Base is your best friend. Oh, is that right? Yeah. Well, who the hell is Base? Because I can't see anyone called Base. Because if someone's talking, it means all good, Lane. Exactly, Anne. If they're all stuck in a room, you normally, to stop you going out your mind, I imagine, sing or something. But if you ever heard anyone sing to them? Oh, Anne, it's a hard one. I just don't get it. Maybe them older, well, they couldn't write the name. So maybe she was very, very small on what she could say. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I hope we find out. I don't know about that, Lee, but they can't have any contact with each other. And he's being brought in to be Elizabeth's lawyer. So, don't know about that. Did we hear that the mother, the grandmother's got dementia? Because I was saying before, if she had dementia, how could she be under a charge? Because and say she's Annie plead not guilty, because that wouldn't be able to be done, would it? If she has got dementia, so she mustn't have dementia. And Leonie, didn't we hear that the dad was done? He done indecent exposure? Because I've tried looking that up, and I can't find anything about it. Is this a new live stream? No, it's the one that's we've been on just over 2 hours now, if that's what you mean, Sunshine. Yeah, that's what Toshi said. They'd have to get something to do with the judge or something, wouldn't it? So that had to be proven in court or something. Several counts. Yeah, several counts of indecent exposure. Well, I can't find it anywhere about that. All right, yeah, we need to know. Hang on. Don't worry, Sunshine, I'm lost. I'm mixing myself up all the time. The more I try to listen to this case, I'm asking questions in my mind, and then when I am asking me questions, I'm getting all worked up and all confused because I'm thinking of all kinds. She seemed to understand the judge just for time for someone with dementia though. So we don't know about it having dementia. Well, that's what I thought. They all understood the charges they were given and they all pled not guilty. So what's going on there? Who's over here? So hang on. So let's see. So according to Lenny, you're over there because your phone's showing. Everyone else is over here by the looks of it. Hold on, guys. Leonie, I was ringing you. Anne, you're over there. You're over with the dark side with Leonie. Anne and Leonie, Kenneth, you're over the dark sides as well. Oh, Toshi, oh, you all are. Oh, no. Here it comes. Here she comes. Turn your mic on, Leonie. She's dropped. If they're all mentally retarded, well, they're not. They're not. Never said anything like that. I'm so confused. I thought Leonie was talking to Base or something over here. I want to know who Base is. She says it's her best friend. Who the hell is Base? Barbara, who's Base? Am I in the phone one? Yeah, you're in the phone one. You're all in the... Sunshine's in here with me. She's in the good side. Mary Jane Doe's in the good side. The rest of yous are all over in the dark side with Leonie. But now she's come over here now. Barbara, who's Base? Leonie said she's talking to Base. Who's Base? She says it's her best friend. Never heard of it. Neither have I. She said she was talking to. I think it's an imaginary friend. Base McIntyre. Who's Base McIntyre, Tosh? She's dropped again. She's in and out like a fiddler's elbow. I want to know about these several. I'm going to look. Hold on. Decent exposure. I'll get Leonie to find it. For yeah, okay. An unreleased, this is what it says. This is what I'm reading. Okay. An unreleased warrant for misdemeanor indecent exposure led law enforcement to discover 16 children living in deplorable conditions at a home in Hampden, Ohio. Let me just see if Leonie's there. Hold on, she might need to come on to stick now. She's gone again. She's gone again. Carry on reading. Vinton County Court records show a warrant was issued for Gary Sidders Jr. on July 1st as misdemeanor indecent exposure charges connected to alleged incidents that occurred on 4 separate days in May. He pleaded not guilty. The discovery of the 16 children while executing the warrant for the indecent exposure case, authorities uncovered the 16 children ranging from 1 to 18 living in squalor. Officials described the home as contaminated, dilapidated, with the children mostly confined to a 12 by 12 room. We know all that, so I won't read right through that. There is no connection between the indecent exposure warrant child endangerment investigation in Hampden, Ohio, and any local murder cases. That got it too. The children were removed to receive medical care, and child welfare services were granted temporary custody. So, hold on, so what's that say? So he was record show, a warrant was issued for Gary Sitters on July 1st on misdemeanor. What's that mean, misdemeanor? Indecent exposure charges connected to alleged incidents that occurred on 4 separate days in May. Wow. What do you think of that? What is happening in this Wales? Hang on, Lee. Here you go, chicken. Hi, April. Good to see you, love. Means it's a small crime, doesn't count much, Maggie. Misdemeanor is just like a small, doesn't count as nothing. Indecent exposure. Oh my God, I'm 4. Oh, I was right, so unrelated. I reckon he's been out in public flashing. Yeah, it looks like that, doesn't it? Go up to where Leonie says hi to Miss Barbara and you will see Base in. So there was someone called Base. Okay. Let me have a look. I know who Base is now. Didn't even see a Base. Hey Base, welcome. So no, can't see it. Must be further up. Screw it, Lord doesn't want me on panel. What happened when you took the link? What's happening, Lee? Can't you do it on your phone? Go in through, you can go in through YouTube, can't you? Or go in through StreamYard. I'm finishing soon anyway. Need a cup of coffee. No, just try as a bone. I try, screwy. Doesn't want you. Doesn't want you really. You're gonna listen. So, does anyone know the answer to this? So you know when I went live the other day when I was in the car? Well, that uploaded as a short, not a video. And obviously because it's a short, it didn't show a lot of it. Why? Why is that? When I videoed for over an hour, does it not show? Does anyone know? Does anyone know why it's doing that? And all the ones I'd done before were privated, and I hadn't privated them. I said to Leonie, did you private any of these? She said no. She said, I think this is what StreamYard's doing or YouTube's doing. So we had to unprivate them. No idea, I know. Live's automatically created shorts now, Max. But your live was still there. The whole live, Toshi. Because I didn't see it. Must have uploaded after I was looking. Could be YouTube again. It makes highlights now. It's all going crazy. It's all different. And like when I'm in StreamYard now, and I tried to pin what the live was about, you know, because people come in, don't they, and say, what's going on? What is you talking about? Like a couple of tonight. There's nowhere in StreamYard, not that I know of anyway. I don't know whether you do, Leonie, know how to pin in StreamYard. Does anyone know how to do that? And at the end now as well, you can keep your chat if you want to upload your chat, because it's all dated and timed as well. My son did this first video, and when he loaded it, he clicked it to go public, but we saw nobody is looking. So I went to help him and found it was saved in private. This is what's happening, because when I did it, I chose public as well. You know when you want to tell people what the live is about, Lee. You get people coming in and asking what's going on. I wanted to pin it so people could just read it at the top of the chat. So she said, my lives don't upload anymore until I'm on Wi-Fi. Yeah, mine don't. I don't think anyone does though, do they? Until you're on Wi-Fi, Tosh, because it just uses all your data. So then private, then you have to go. So they're automatically doing that now. So be aware, as soon as you upload a video, make sure you go in and unprivate it, because otherwise not a soul's going to see it's there. So it's YouTube. Oh, yes, you pin from YouTube, not straight R. Okay. See, I don't know how to go in YouTube. I know how to do a live and all that, but that's it. I wouldn't know how to. I'd have to get the link. I had to go into settings and set it that all videos must be on public. So is that in what's it called? YouTube Studio? Is that where you have to do it on? I wish I could do AI on here. I'd be made up. I'd be doing all kinds. I can do it on my phone now. Beth taught me the first thing. She showed me how to do stuff because I didn't have a clue with that AI. And I'm sick of repeating myself. Don't change people's faces because they change your face all the time. It doesn't look nothing like you. YouTube Studio, okay, Anne. Thanks for that. So this live now will go private, won't it? Am I right? And then it says on here as well, make a highlight or something at the end. But I think it's because we don't go on camera that it won't do that. Mine says private immediately after I finish. Then once it's processed, it automatically goes public. Oh, okay. Maybe it's different here then. I don't know. I always have both open, YouTube and StreamYard on my computer. Before you go live, you can pin something to the top. It helps a lot when doing true crime. Oh, okay. I've actually got the channel open, I think, still on my phone. Let's have a look. Oh, no, it came off because I was looking for them cases. So, yeah. My granddaughter just woke up from me and I just wanted to come in and say hello. Oh, thanks for coming in, April. Hope you're okay, love. Hope to see more of you. See you soon, girl. Bye, love. Where am I? Oh, Leonie, this case has got me up the wall. I just seen them things and I thought, I rang you twice, sent you the message, and I thought I need to go on because those little bits of infos and the attorney and stuff like that, just to let people know straight away so we can keep on top of it. Because I think this might start going fast now. Do you know what I mean? There'll be loads of updates with it. It also helps to just pin for hot, isn't it? Terrible, eh? Lenny, simply coming in and causing kick-off in this chat, right? Because I won't think twice of timing you out with that attitude. So best you go out that door and come back in without you fucking offs, okay? That way you can just point to the top when applicable. Yeah, April was here, didn't you see her? She only come in and said hello. She had to leave. She just wants to come in and to say hello to me. She didn't want to say hello to you. It was just to me. She come into my life to say hello to me on my life. Haven't you seen April? April's just been in. Hang on. Let me pin a message. Oh, she must be in the other chat. Oh, hang on. Where's she gone? Yeah. There she is. Look on the screen. Let's see. She's in here. She isn't where you's were. So maybe that could be why you couldn't see her. Do you think? Yeah, see, here she is. See, she's low to me, not you. Get it right. Oh, I don't know. She used to be in all the time, but she said it's the times that you're going live, but I don't know. April, if you're still there, Leonie said she misses you. If you can hear me. Hi, April, in the good chat. Yeah, she's in the good chat. She hasn't gone over to the fucking dark side with Leonie causes murder. You and Leonie are tied to the same brush, Toshi. Pair of bitches. Toshi, you never answered me about that mass either. That acupressure mass. I laid on it, couldn't even feel it. Couldn't even feel it. So I said, Alec, do us a favour, take your top off and lie on that mass. He went, are you joking? I went, no, I can't feel it. I want to see if it's broke. So we laid on it and he jumped off. He said, fuck that. Not laying on that. So I walked across it. Oh, it ate me feet though. It ate me feet. I'm listening. Hi, Leonie, I miss you. I'm visiting with my granddaughter. Yeah, you fucking spleeny and trashy are on the go. Tied to the same brush. Twist and twas. Yeah. Are you rapper? Someone come in before with exactly the same picture as you. Spamming the chat. Toshi, oh damn Maggie, I'd be getting checked for nerve damage if you can't feel it. Oh, I've got nerve damage, Tosh. I've got spine problems. All my fucking nerves they're all they're all pinched. My nerves are all pinched. That's why I've only got so much control in my legs. It's affected all my legs. Can't feel a thing on my back. Like I was lying on nothing. Just like on a normal bed. But when I walked across it, oh! So Alex said, you best send that back. You shouldn't be doing any stuff like that just in case you're going to do harm. I said, oh my God. I said, wait till I ask Toshi first why I can't feel it. Probably someone that eats Leanie. Yeah, it'll probably be someone that eats Leanie, but not me, Rapper, because I'm the good one. Leanie's not. Carries on willful with trashy. Come here, let me punch you and see if you feel it. Why don't you come here and I'll punch you, see if you feel it? How about that? Me and you up here right now. Come on. Show you a few moves, girl. Telling you. Leaning to you know who it could be. Oh, there's so many of them. So many of them, Rapper. She couldn't just pin it to one person. Got so many haters. Listen to this one, Leanie. She's so innocent. Yeah, I am. Compared to you two, yeah, I am. How about that? You shut up anyway, Toshi. Trashy. Don't start on me. Don't start it. I'm under enough stress. Anyway, Lenny, where have you been? bloody cat in the hat on the mic. The bloody cat. I'm not the fucking cat in the hat. The cat in the, I thought you said you knew who the cat in the hat was. I haven't got a clue. She's so sweet, isn't she, Deb? Oh, fuck off, Max. We all know. Oh, Leanie's the fucking cat in the hat. Did you get on that? I'm putting it out there now. Leanie is the cat in the hat. There you go. You've seen it here first. Breaking news. Leanie is the cat in the hat. Oh no, where's that fucking poem gone? Oh yeah, there it is. You raise it here first. Maggie lies. She is cat in the hat. Don't try it, Maggie. I'm the cheesy whiz. What's cheesy whiz? I meant to ask you that. When I seen it on your name coming up, thinking, what's cheesy whiz? I never heard of it in my life. So anyway, where have you been? I was ringing you. Oh my God, Max, yesterday I learned what a moggy is from you. I can't stop saying it. Saw a woman have a scratch and sniff while riding a bike, and I said to her, she me sniffing a moggy. We always say it here. I'm surprised the Aussies, Jim, because you say a lot we do. Yeah, getting a moggy house. Because we don't call cat. Sometimes fellas will go, oh, we've just seen a moggy there. Whatever, a cat. They call cats moggies. So when you say the pussy word, we'll say the moggy. Oh my God, Toshi. That'll be all over Aussie soon. Everyone will be saying, get your moggy house. Oh my God, sunshine, love to hear you. Oh God, sunshine, if only you knew. If only you knew. Go on, Toshi, explain about Samoggy. Listen to this, sunshine. Do you want to get up? You getting up, Toshi? Come on, I'll throw the link. What have you been up to, Rap? Oh my God. Did you tell your mum? Moggy is the pussycat, yeah? That's what the fellas say. Your moggy, if you got a moggy. My cousin goes, they're not get as offenders, not a fucking moggy. I'd say that though. Not a fucking moggy, it's a cat. I'd be fuming. But yeah, when they're referring to the downstairs, when, you know, some of the feral lads, like, you know what I mean? They'll say your moggy. Oh, gee, have you heard that, Lee? Moggy. You hoo-ha. You hoo-ha. I love that one. You hoo-ha. She loved the word, Moggy. Haven't you ever heard it before, Tosh? I don't know whether I even said that or did I explain it when I said it, what it was. You knew what? I used to call it the flower, my flower. God, it's terrible when you go in the bathroom when you've got a little boy and he's asking 1,000,001 questions. Lenny, do you still love me? I'm sure she does, Rob. I'm sure she does. Oh, I get you. You knew a Moggy was a cat, but never heard it in that context. Getting your Moggy out. Oh, God, I'm telling you, I'll be next. Anyway, I'm going now. Been on 3 hours, can't believe it. I thought I'll only be on an hour just to show them the little updates, and that's it, just enough to give them updates. And here I am still talking about Moggies and that. Most times I do wrap it. Look at Toshi. Wash your Moggies. Oh, God, yeah. Always wash your Moggy. Most times. You made them laugh early. At least she's honest, Trapper. Sometimes she's too honest. Have you heard of a Moggy, Leanie? Miss Barbara, are you still here? Barbara probably has. I think Miss Barbara knows everything. Makes me laugh. Some of the things she comes out with. Honest to God. She's so witty. So witty. I love. Do you know what a Moggy is, Bob? Oh. Did you know before I said it though? Did you know what one was? I gotta go to work now. Love you, Max, Spleeny, Mods and Chat. Great live as always. Thanks, Tosh. See you later, Trash. Have a good day. It's weird. I'm going to bed and you're going to work. You didn't till that. You're going to start. I'm ashamed. Look, everyone's going to start using the word Moggy. See the cheek of that Leanie coming in at this hour? What do you think of that, Barbara? You're going to be getting it in a minute. I'm going on video call with her. Bye, Trash. I love you. Night, Moggy and hat. Yeah. You spread that, Trashy. You spread that. Just because I'm good and you can't bear it. You can't bear it. There's so many can't bear it. I don't wrap my hair. I get ill from one cigarette. Keep your filthy paws off my silky drawers. Will you pull that crap with a net? As for you, draw down at you. I know what you want to do. Better shut up now, because I'll be getting copyrighted. Oh my God, she hasn't been to bed yet. Have you been up all night? Is it boiling there, Bob, now? Is it really hot? Go on, Lee. See you later. I'm going to phone you in a bit. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to try. Speak to you soon. Spleen. Ta-ra. Cha. Oh, well. Leanie, I've been behaving for 5 days. Good for you, Rapper. Good for you. But you keep her in tow, right? Keep her in check. You come in and keep her in check. Miss Barbara, I'm going to love you and leave you. MJD. Rapper. Who else is here? Sunshine. Spleeny's gone. I like that name, Spleeny. Bye, ladies. I love you all. And I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care.
Life is wild, it can be sad or full of smiles, and every once in a while You need a break from the mundane. So come back to see your friend, or she'll wonder where you've been. According to Leanie.
Love you, Bob. See you all next time. Thanks for being here. As usual, hold me hands when bitch face doesn't turn up. Bye everyone. Have a good sleep, Bob. Speak soon.
So thank you for your time. You are a friend of mine. I'll be happy to see you again on the next According to Leanie. Be good or be good at it. Until next time, love Leanie, love Leanie, love Leanie. Next time, love Leanie, love Leanie. Life is hard and life is wild. It can be sad or full of smiles. And every once in a while, you need a break from the mundane. So come back to see your friend, or she'll wonder where you've been. According to Leanie. She appreciates you and all that you do. You need her, she needs you, and that's the beauty of According to Leanie. Be good or be good at it. Until next time, love Leanie, love Leanie, love Leanie. Life is hard and life is wild. It can be sad or full of smiles. And every once in a while,
Thanks, Jennifer and Kenneth. I thought you'd gone, so sorry.
So come
Thanks,
back
guys.
to
Thanks for
see
coming
your
in,
friend,
and I hope to see you
or
again
she'll
soon.
wonder where
See you
you've
all
been.
next time. Bye,
According
everyone.
to Leanie. She appreciates you and all that you do. You need her, but she needs you, and that's the beauty of According to Leanie. So thank you for your time. You are a friend of mine. I'll be happy to see you again on the next According to Leanie. Be good or be good at it. Until next time, love Leanie, love Leanie, love Leanie. Next time, love Leanie, love Leanie. Life is hard and life is wild. It can be sad or full of smiles. And every once in a while, you need a break from the mundane. So come back to see your friend, or she'll wonder where you've been. According to Leanie. She appreciates you and all that you do. You need her, she needs you, and that's the beauty of According to Leanie. Be good or be good at it. Until next time, love Leanie.